We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's the Jaguars going up against the Titans. With that, we'll send you up to Music City, USA, and Nissan Stadium in Nashville, my hometown. We're standing by as our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, it's a good matchup in the AFC South between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans. They go play action here on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 11 on the gain there. And the Titans are going to have a first.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many post style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position. Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Now, that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And, Charles, a very classy move by Derrick Henry. He elected to wear number 22 this year in the NFL in honor of his former Alabama teammate, Altie Tenpenny, who tragically passed away in a car accident last October.
As the story goes, as we know it, Altie Tenpenny had always said, if I make it to the NFL, I'm going to wear number 22. And this is Derrick Henry's way of honoring him since he couldn't make it there. A fantastic, classy move by Derrick Henry, the number 2 rusher in the NFL in preseason. No longer can he wear the deuce himself. He doubles that number.
On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Back deep, Rashad Green. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. And the box that's highlighted is for Hearns on this offense.
Do you have your track shoes available? Because Allen Hearns is a guy that gets you on your horse if you're trying to defend him. He can take anyone deep and win on any route.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Bortles to throw on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. And it'll be third down. The starting defense for the Titans.
Jason McCourty's twin brother, Devin, has gone to multiple Super Bowls. But Jason's carving out a nice niche himself as a cover corner.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the gun on third down, Bortles. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Fresh set of downs here. The play clock's running down. Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. On second down, here's Bortles. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They go play action for Yeldon. Now it's Bortles. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. They'll get 19 yards there. And the Jags are going to have a first down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run the option left. And now he'll tuck it and run. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Second down, 8. Now Bortles throwing on second down. Escaping the pressure right. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. 6 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's third down. He's had great protection back there to throw, really been able to survey from the pocket.
That means the jersey stays clean, so the dry cleaning bill, that's reduced. It also means the trainer doesn't have to deal with him because he's not getting hit. Also means that he's able to find targets downfield at his leisure. That allows him to be really accurate.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumble. It's loose.
On plays like this, where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumble. It's loose. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
A nickel set shown by the Titans on third down.
They can pass. Brief break in the action here. Back to Tennessee after this. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On third and long, it's Bortles. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
7 yards remaining here on third down. They come out here in the I. On third down, Mariota being chased out left. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time, spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Play fake here on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Daquan Jones in there to drop him. And it'll be a loss of about 8. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Bortles to throw on second down. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to lead to a third down. And quickly they get to the line.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide.
Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose. Now another timeout here called by the Titans. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Brad Nordman now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Mariani. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
11 yards on the pickup, and that'll be good for a Tennessee first.
That's the type of play there that puts a defense in a stress. Marcus Mariota on the run. You don't know whether he's going to take it downfield or throw the football as we just saw there. And boy, was he accurate with that one.
And you know, the Oregon coaches offered him a scholarship without ever seeing him start a game because they saw him in camp. They saw plays like that, offered him.
He didn't start very much in high school, but he started a lot once he got to Oregon. Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Second down, Mariota. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Here's Corey Grant now to return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And now they're in the hurry-up. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DeMaurice Searcy, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Mariota now on second down. Rashard Matthews here on the catch. Going to be a gain of 15 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. And there, the man coverage not good enough, partner, and they're able to complete the pass.
Excellent recognition of the man coverage, and they found the guy who could win downfield.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Okay, before we get too far into the season, I've got to get you on the record right now, my friend. Super Bowl picks, Mr. Davis.
All right, well, you know how much I love the running game, and I think this is a running back renaissance that exists in the league right now, but this is about quarterbacks, too. Aaron Rodgers, the Green Bay Packers, they're going to come out of the NFC. And the New England Patriots with Jimmy Garoppolo and Tom Brady coming out of the AFC. How about you? Who do you like?
I like both those teams going far in the playoffs, but not to the Super Bowl. I like Cam Newton, very motivated this year, winning it all, beating Big Ben and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, you made an absolute prediction. Okay, I'll take Green Bay over New England. How's that?
Good, I like it. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. From his end zone, it's Bortles on third and long. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Here's Brad Nordman now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Here's Mariani. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, Give him 15. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Again, it's Murray. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. And the Jags, Charles, I think they're in the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
Here's Mariota. And he hits his man, Matthews. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I heard so much about the offense Marcus Mariota ran while he was at Oregon, about how people were just wide open, how he couldn't fail to hit them. But I always said the same thing. He sure as heck didn't miss them very often. Very accurate even on short throws.
Yeah, he can go short, he can go deep, obviously, but he's really good with that short passing game.
Dart thrower, very accurate. Receivers love it. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd and very short here, less than a yard. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They go with Murray again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a 1st. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Short yardage unit out there. This is Fowler, the fullback. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Back now in Nashville as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. So it'll be 1st down here after the run. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Tough day. tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Offense working with a 2nd and goal now from the 3. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. Here's Fowler, the fullback. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Jalston Fowler taking it in. And the Titans have taken the lead. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man. 2nd time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again. And how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone.
Touchdown, great run, and the score. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Play clock. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll come out in the pistol. Bortles now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Well, pretty good coverage there. And both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And he's got it to Hearns. And give him 12 yards and a 1st down.
Well, the advantage certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a 1st down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. Julius Thomas, 64 yards. And his guys are just an extra point away now from taking the lead in this game. So many times you think of these tight ends catching the ball already in the end zone. But today's tight end, they can run after the catch, too, to score.
They're big, they're strong, but they're extremely athletic. And they can surprise the heck out of you when they get the ball in their hands and they're running away from the defense.
Time running out here on the play clock. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And there's a flag on the play. Another attempt now from 5 yards further back. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. So 2nd and 10 here. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. The second down throw here for Mariota. Forced out to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. Walker, the tight end, in motion. On 3rd down, Mariota. And that's incomplete. Rashard Matthews, the intended target, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So spinning away. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Finding time. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. So offense moving a little too slow there. Could not get set, and they get the penalty. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Now Bortles on the bootleg. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. long way to go for the offense here on third down. Play action. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Returnable here from the 38. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Tie game here. Time starting to run down. The defense really needs to try and keep this game tied, see if they can get the ball back for the offense. Mariota buying time to his left. Penalty marker is down here. And he's brought down after a good gain. And the QB steps over the line of scrimmage. That's an illegal forward pass.
And that is so rare because at the different positions, you have to know different things. Wide receivers have to know where the first down line is. Quarterbacks almost always know where the line of scrimmage is.
Mariota now from the 50. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. Mariota to throw for it on fourth. Throwing deep for Murray. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And at this stage in the game, every play is magnified here as we get down to the nitty-gritty. Back near his goal line. Here's Bortles. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Bortles now on first down. Lee's got it over the middle. And he'll take it down deep into Tennessee territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 75 yards. Now another timeout here called by the Titans. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. In motion left goes a tight end. To throw is Bortles. And he's got it. It's Thomas for a Jacksonville touchdown. Julius Thomas with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Jaguars. And there's a flag on the field. And he's able to put it through. Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call. Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defensive position, and he just gets taken out. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Titans now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all. Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket. A crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good. Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue. Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Bortles and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Derek Morgan in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Back to throw, Bortles. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. 12 yards is the pickup there. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants. So how do you stop it? A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route. Bortles going to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. A good pickup there at 22. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate. And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop. I feel their pain. Oh, it was so important. They just... And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. What a hard-fought, low-scoring game. A tough one to lose always, partner. For the losing team, not beautiful. But for the winning team, that's almost textbook, old-school football. And you know I loved it. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we sign off from Nashville.